Hello everyone, White Mage Serenia here, coming to you with a bit of an update video. I know it's been a couple of months since I last posted anything, and I'm sorry for that. The last thing I uploaded was Streets of Rage 4 with Neon. That was literally the last thing. I haven't even really streamed much, if at all, the past couple of months either. And again, I'm sorry about that. It's just, I don't know. I've been kind of in a rut of late. So, like, I guess I should just come out and just say it that basically, for me lately, the past couple of months, and off and on for the last couple of years, in fact, I've been dealing with this sensation that whenever I go to edit, render, upload, hell, even record and or stream, I get this feeling where my body just freezes up. I just get so tense, so, like, blah, I guess. Like, to the point where I have to try to force myself to do it. And it's hard. And another thing is, like, when I'm actually streaming, when I've actually worked up the nerve to stream or whatever, I've got this little voice in the back of my head, saying, you've got to be entertaining, you've got to tell, like, 1,000 jokes, you've got to talk nonstop, you got to respond to every comment that you get, you got to... there's so many things you gotta do, and I start to feel overwhelmed, and as a result, I'm locked in this loop of trying to think of things to say with, nothing really coming. I know you guys have seen that. There's, like, tons of dead air along all of my videos, pretty much. Like, I pretty much never know what to say, anything like that. And like people say, don't worry about all that, be yourself, don't be the next PewDiePie or whatever. And I get that, I understand, but sometimes I don't even really know who I am. Like, I know what things that I enjoy and things like that, but the problem is, when I'm actually doing things for myself, like recording, streaming, all the stuff, like, I don't know if it's the pressure of it, or what, but nothing comes to mind. Like, the puns that I would normally just rapid fire off if they came to me or whatever. Like, something could happen and I'd be like, oh, pun, 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 and everybody would laugh or whatever. If I was watching someone else's stream or whatever, I could do that, but when it's for me, it's just crickets. I never can think of whatever to say or anything of that sort, And I stutter a lot. I use a lot. I've been going to counseling. I've been taking things like Zoloft and things like that to try to help deal with the depression. But man, it's just not easy. Like, that's the thing that a lot of you may not know about me, considering I guess I'm good at hiding it or whatever. But I've been dealing with massive depression for most of my life, actually. I've probably dealt with it for the last 16 years easy, and it's not easy. It's really not. There's just so many things, like, how do I put it? I don't know the right words. I really don't.
God, I needed that.
And
I won't bother telling you to catch your breath.
oh God.
Brought you galloping back to us.
I should have scripted this out, man, but I wanted it to be real,
Without further ado,
I suppose. I wanted it to be,
After
I don't know.
successful uprisings in DOMA and Alameda, rebels in several other provinces were inspired to follow suit. The Dalmascans
So-
paid the heaviest price. For their defiance, the Emperor made a show of razing their capital to the ground, prompting many of their neighbors to abandon forms of resistance.
It doesn't help that I've also got a lot on my plate too, like,
But not all have given up on liberty.
in terms of
News of Doma's prisoner exchange Some still
What am I
believe
trying to
that the
think?
Empire may one
Right,
day be amenable
games.
to negotiation. We have the shinobi to thank for spreading the good word.
I actually managed to pick up a few new games recently. Sorry I'm talking over this cutscene, by the way. It's just back filler anyway.
There is at least a spark.
Just something to have in the background while I'm talking to y'all.
Spark in want of kindling, yes.
But yeah, like, for example, I have Zillia 2 for my PS3 now.
Seen enough Alan Megan refugees to know the consequences of
I've had it for the last 2 or 3 weeks or whatever,
quickly earned a
and I haven't touched it.
folk heroes
The reason that I haven't touched it is because I want to get through Vesperia at the very least first, because I've had Vesperia for months, and the friend that's bought it for me, you know,
something of a setback.
keeps wanting me to play it, and like, I know, I should, I want to.
The Empire's more liberal voices are being drowned out
And,
clamor for retribution.
Who
oh,
do they think orchestrated this summoning?
damn it, dude.
Oh, any but those truly responsible. Xenos has seen to that. Speaking of whom, the Crown Prince is recovering remarkably well.
He walks in plain sight, and none suspect him.
Yes, an Asian. But it was not that which brought me here in such haste.
Oi. See, this is what I mean. Like, I don't know what I'm doing 9 times out of 10.
No point did I hear
You know,
a DOMAN emissary in the capital.
I shouldn't be talking over this cutscene, but it's not like it's a freaking Let's Play or whatever. It's just back filler, so I'm not too worried about it. You guys will find it annoying, most likely, I bet. Especially considering it's spoilers or whatever if you haven't gone through Stormblood, but...
He never reached his destination. As you know, scions assigned to covert operations such as Riol and myself are issued special link pearls for communication in the event of an emergency. I mention this because it was originally Alphino's task to coordinate the response at headquarters, meaning he has...
There's just so many things, guys.
Whose voice should
Like-
I hear when mine recently crackled to life?
You spoke with Alphino?
Spoke with? No. I but heard his voice, and none too clearly at that. 2 words were all I could make out. The burn.
The wasteland on the edge of OTHARD. Something must have happened to them there.
Hopefully I can get to this dungeon soon so that I don't have to worry about pausing and freezing like this.
There's no time to waste.
Because
We must make for the burn at once.
I don't like talking over
I had a
cutscenes,
feeling
and
you might say that.
it's difficult for me to concentrate when I'm hearing it.
I can't very well sit around here drinking tea if Alphino's in trouble. You said yourself that this link pill was only to be used in emergencies. So I'm going, and that's the end of it.
Can we shut up, please, cutscene? I could skip you, but I don't really want to.
Well, far be it from me to change your minds.
Yeah. Alright, hopefully that was the end of that. Alright, good. No more voice cutscenes for right now, please. But, as I was saying, though, like, this was supposed to be talking about the future of the channel, and here I am just rambling over nothing, pretty much. But it's really difficult to put together what I'm trying to say, what I'm thinking, and all that other stuff, because, like I said, there is just so much that I try to keep track of, and I'll be honest, I don't really know what I'm doing. You know, like, I don't know how to grow my channel, but even then, even if I did, I'd be afraid to. Because it's like, whenever I think about the background stuff, you know, like networking, sponsors, if any were to come along, you know, dealing with the inevitable trolls and you know, malicious attacks and things like that, I wouldn't know the first thing to do. Like, I wouldn't know how to really protect my account. I would be afraid of someone hacking into it. I would be afraid of all these unrealistic demands on me. Like, I panic a lot. You guys may not know that, but I do. I really, truly do. Like, again, as I was saying before, whenever I think about editing, uploading, streaming, doing all of this stuff, I freeze. Sometimes I'm able to put on a mask or whatever and just do it. And yeah, I can have fun while doing it, but then, you know, it's like, ugh, I gotta do this again the next day. Or like, ugh, man, I don't want to do this. You know, and I never wanted this to feel like a job, but that's exactly what it ended up feeling like. And as a result, that's why I end up taking all those hiatuses. That's why I've never been really, really consistent. It feels like a job, and it kills me. I have no gumption, no passion, no get up and go, you know. I mean, there's just so many things in my life that I wish I could talk about. But the only thing I can really hope to do is hope that y'all have a bright future for yourselves, or you don't let certain vices get in the way, or whatever. I feel like what I really want to do is boost you guys up, even though I can't really do that for myself. You know, and as some people would say, can't never could do nothing, but that's neither here nor there. I'll be honest with you guys, I haven't even had a job, like a real job, in like 15 years. I've been barely making it by with what little money I do make through Twitch and YouTube. Through ads, and stuff like that. Which I don't even know if I'm supposed to be talking about that stuff, but for me it's not even really about the money. But at the same time, it kind of is, because it's the only source of income that I have currently. You know, I've tried online jobs and things like that, but depression keeps getting in the way, lack of motivation keeps getting in the way. You know, just little things, man, and you know, I hear people say all the time things like, you gotta pull yourself up by the bootstraps, you know. Sometimes you gotta do what you don't want to do. That's life. It's unfair. And, you know, I get all that, but it's just the more I try, the more I really try to put myself out there and force myself to do these things that are necessary to do. And I don't know why I did air quotes. You guys didn't see that, but I did air quotes or whatever. But they're necessary. They're needed things, you know. Like, you gotta tell yourself to get out of bed, get up and eat, you know, to survive, and all that other stuff, which is difficult even, you know, it's difficult for me. Like, I have no drive, no energy, no anything, really. You know, I don't want to say that I've ever been suicidal or anything like that, but at the same time, I mean, I have no, I don't know, no real will to live or anything like that. It's complicated how my mind works, you know, and I guarantee some of you might even realize just how bad of a person, or not bad, but how much of a mess I really am. Some of this stuff I'm not even sure I should be talking about, but here I am just blathering away about it like it's nothing. And shit, man, I don't know. I want to continue with my channel. I really do, but at this point, I mean, I intend to, but what it really boils down to for me is, you know, I've still got Tales of Berseria to stream, record, edit, and upload. I've got videos of Xenogears that I need to edit and upload. I've got episodes of Final Fantasy XII from a couple of years ago that I still need to edit and upload. I've got stuff even over Breath of Fire 5 Dragon Quarter that I haven't gotten around to editing, and I'm not even sure if I will, which was the bonus stuff, the secret dungeon and the ant colony, going through all that, which was 10 hours of nothing, pretty much. You know? I've just got all of these things, man, and if you look at the comments on my most recent episode that I last uploaded, which was the Streets of Rage thing, one of the last comments there was someone trying to encourage me, and, you know, I definitely appreciate that, but it's hard. You know, they want to eventually see Final Fantasy VII Remake on my channel, and, you know, I was like, yeah, I would like to do that at some point, but I've got all these other things in the way, you know, like I said, with the Tales of Vesperia thing, you know, like, part of me feels like I should stream that just so that my friend can watch it, But at the same time, I feel like I should just play it and not worry about streaming it. Or if I do stream it, do basically what I call passive streaming, where I don't really talk much or even worry about it, but just glance at the chat every so often and remark to that and just play the game. But I don't know if that would be enjoyable to watch. I feel like that would be boring. And that's the other thing. I'm always afraid of being boring. You know? Like, there's just so many things that get filtered through my mind that it paralyzes me. It really, truly does. And some people might try to say that I'm lazy, and maybe that's a little bit a part of it, but I think, for me at least, there's way more to it than that. You know? And it's like I said just a bit ago. You know? It's like I just haven't really had the drive to do anything with it. Like, it feels like such a chore, such a pain, and I can't explain it in a way that doesn't sound whiny or whatever. And, you know, it's like, even the things that I do enjoy, like Final Fantasy XIV, for example, I feel like I don't have the passion for those things. Like, it really is Depression 101. You know, where you have a low mood, you lose interest in everything, things you enjoy. Sometimes it's hard to even get out of the bed, man. You know? Like, it's hard to even take care of the things that I need to take care of. Like, in regards to hygiene, which I don't shower as much as I should. You know, I'm basically just sitting here wasting away. And I feel like there's nothing I can really do to fix that. I mean, I know there is. You know, just do it. And force yourself to do it. Fake it till you make it. And whatever, you know, and any other, like, self-help kind of thing you can say. You know. And I get it. I do. I understand. I know these things. But for whatever reason, I can't apply them. You know. It's like my friggin' house could be on fire and my brain's like, I'll deal with it later. That's how bad it is with me, man. Like, sometimes I just don't know where my priorities are. And, I mean, I don't know, man. I can barely function anymore. I'll be honest. That's why I've been essentially taking a long break from just about everything. But I honestly feel like, if I'm going to continue with my YouTube and my streaming, I feel like I need to put even less effort in than what I've already done. And that's not good. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like I should edit even less. Like, just cut out the BRBs, you know, and just let it go. And just upload them in hour-long chunks or whatever. That way I could chain edit them and just be done with it. You know, I don't like editing. I really don't. I don't enjoy that at all. But I try to do it and try to make the best video that I can for you guys. Again, I don't want to be boring. But see, that's the other thing. There's all kinds of hidden little rules with YouTube that I seriously don't know what the hell I'm doing. You know, like some people can upload an hour-long playthrough, a 2-hour-long playthrough and get millions of views. And here I am, you know, just doing what I enjoy, playing the games that I enjoy, which sadly are mostly RPGs, and no one watches. And, you know, back in like 2006, 2007, when I really started doing this, I said that even as long as one person watches my videos, I'll continue to do it. And I still want to hold true to that, but it's really, really difficult. Like, I don't personally care that much if people watch my videos or whatever. But at the same time, there is a part of me that kind of does, because that is where my income comes from, unfortunately. You know, every time I think about trying to get an actual job or whatever, that same grinding my gears feeling where I just freeze up and go into mental lockdown mode kicks in. And I just get so lost. I can't sort through my own bullcrap half the time. You know, and then there's just so many other issues there too. You know, like, again, like I mentioned before, like, I feel like I would have a mental breakdown if I ever got, for example, the Markiplier levels, where I'd have millions of people looking at my videos and just be in that sort of limelight. Like, yeah, the money would be great, most likely, but the sheer social aspect of it would drive me insane, I think. Mainly because, personally, I'm a reclusive introvert. And too much social interaction makes me panic. It really, truly does. Like, there's a lot of stuff that makes me panic. I'm, it's really difficult, too, because I've actually gotten in trouble with some of my friends before, because I don't hang out with them that much. I don't reach out as much as I probably should. You know, and the friends that I do have, right, I'm extremely thankful for the ones that I do have, because they get me. They understand. They know I'm there if they need me, you know, and I know they're there if I need them. And it works out. It really, truly does. But I could also understand someone not wanting to be friends with someone as socially inept as I am. You know, and here's the other thing, too. I've been, you know, rambling about this kind of stuff to my therapist as well. And, well, I'm just glad they're there to listen, even though they don't exactly know what to tell me half the time. You know. And, you know, it's like I told my my doctor as well, with, like, the Zoloft or whatever. Like, it helps me cope with the depression a bit more, but at the same time, it's like the signs of depression show up even more. It's weird. I can't explain it. And then, you know, I have so many different things. Like, I'm afraid of, like, doing anything official, you know. Like, oh my god, I crack so hard under pressure, guys. I really, really do. You know, I'm sitting here with a 20-minute video so far, and I've basically said a bunch of nothing, you know. just talking about this kind of stuff and thinking about how bad of a person that I am, and how quote-unquote good I might have it, you know, because I still live with my folks, and, you know, we make do somehow, some way, even though I'm more or less a leech. We make do somehow. And it's difficult for me, because if it was someone on the outside looking in, I would look like the rudest motherfucker out there. I would look like a disrespectful ingrate, and that's not what I want. It's really, really difficult for me to act. I can't really explain it, and this is why I said someone might think that I'm lazy, because I barely ever leave my computer chair once I've got settled in, you know. And it's like, whenever I think about doing anything, like, be it getting up to clean my room, getting up to maybe help around the house, do the dishes, or anything simple, even when it comes to, like, making food, man, I freeze up. It's like, and I could be starving, man, and I can't be bothered, and it kills me. I don't know what's wrong with me, man, and I don't know what I can do. I don't know who I can talk to, or anything like that, and I honestly, I truly feel like I'm on the path to some sort of a meltdown. You know what I mean? Like, be it depression or something. I feel like one of these days I'm just going to lose everything and be powerless to change it. And then I would be pretty much SOL. I'd most likely be completely on my own without a clue. Nowhere to go, no one to help me. And you know, I don't know, man. It's rough. It really, truly is rough. And this video is probably going to be really hard for me to make, because I'm going to want to edit out so much stuff. But at the same time, it's going to be like, no, I don't want to edit it at all, because it's real and all that other stuff. And man, it's just gross. It really, truly is. Like, ultimately, I just want what's best for everybody else. You know, like, I've always been like that. I want what's best for everybody else, despite what may happen to me. That's what I say, at least. But when push comes to shove, I never I never shove, let's say. I just let things go. I let things pass me by. I don't jump at opportunities when I should. And things like that. Like, a good example is with my YouTube channel, man. I honestly feel like I should be reaching out to other Let's Players around my subscriber level, you know, and try to do collabs and stuff like that. But at the same time, again, I'm socially inept. I don't know if you guys picked up on that. Like, when I do my videos, when I'm actually in a good mood, and I'm going through, like, an RPG, doing the story, and stuff like that, if it's not a voiced game, like, I tend to do voices for it. You guys know this. And I try not to make it cringy. I actually try to do the best that I can. But, again, there's all these hidden rules. You know, like, and this is the other thing. I'm one of those people that, I'm not really a fence sitter, per se, but at the same time, I never know really who's right, so to speak. Like, I could look at, you know, some Let's Play elitist or whatever, where they're like, oh, don't Let's Play role-playing games, don't voice the cutscenes, you know, it's like, we have eyes, we can read it, damn it, and all this other stuff, and be defiant and be like, you don't pay my bills, or whatever. Insert excuse here, but it's complicated. But then, you know, I don't like rules, I guess. Like, within reason, of course. And it extends to everything. Like, I feel this way in Final Fantasy XIV sometimes, where, you know, you've got these hardcore raiders, you know, saying, oh, if you're a white mage, you gotta do this, this, and this. You know, spell speed is awful, and all this other stuff. You know, we've tested it, but then it's like, but I like spell speed. And then they're like, but it's minuscule returns, and see, mathematically it does this, this, and this, and it's bad. And I'm like, but I like it, and I'm comfortable with it. And you know, it's like, the consensus bothers me. Like, if everyone else says it's healthy to jump off a cliff, I'm gonna be like, but is it really, though? And I'm going to be torn in two different directions. This is how it always is with me. You know? And the other thing, too, is ever since I started recording and streaming, I feel like my love of video games in general has kind of gone downhill in a way. Because while I can enjoy the games that I play, I feel like the passion has died out a little bit. Because it's like, when it comes to different games, it's like, hey, I could play, I don't know, I could play such and such game, insert game here, right? And I can play it casually, just right now. But then my brain's like, aw, but I could stream it, right? And other times, that's what it is. Like, sometimes when it comes to streaming, it's like, part of me feels like I should just stream. You know what I mean? Like, if I'm gonna play a game, casually or otherwise, just stream it. Because then people can come watch if they want. Right? And that's the mentality I should have, I suppose. But at the same time, I don't know. I feel like if I'm streaming, I start to get nervous. Even if no one's there. Because then I'm afraid of, like, something happening that is beyond my control. You know, like, I could be streaming and then some personal information that shouldn't be leaked, like familial problems or whatever, gets leaked because of that. And you know, so other times I think just stream without the mic on. But then I'm like, well, that defeats the purpose of even streaming at all, doesn't it? Because they're got to be interactive, and it's like, yeah. I mean, when I streamed a few days ago, just as a sort of, I guess, test or whatever, or just as a means to just stream something. I streamed working on my alt, Valdar here, but I didn't use my mic. Like, I was just playing. I didn't even really pay that much attention to the chat, but if someone messaged me or not messaged me, but if they posted in the chat and I saw it, you know, I would actually type back to the chat. But then when I streamed Tales of Vesperia a couple days ago, I had my mic open, but I was just playing the game. I didn't really bother trying to talk that much. Which was kind of relaxing, but then I got a massive wave of fatigue and felt like I needed a nap. And then, of course, when I woke up, I just, you know, I didn't feel like it at that point. And that's kind of where I'm at right now. You guys, if you've been a long-time follower of my channel, you know that I've struggled with this very thing for years, man. Like, you've seen me take 8-month hiatuses before where I don't post anything for that long. Like, not even an update video, not even a walking thing, which I need to start trying to do that more too, but I just can't get off my ass. And I know it's bad to say it like that, but that's just what it is, you know. I don't really know what to do, really. And I play all these scenarios in my head as well. Like, you know, what would I do if I were on my own? Like, completely and utterly on my own. Especially right now. Like, I feel like, honestly, I would end up homeless. I really do. Because the depression is so severe sometimes that I sincerely don't think I could hold a normal job. And that's the other thing that kills me too, because depression's a very real thing, but there's mental illness deniers out there. You know, they're like, oh, poor baby, go cry me a river, boo-hoo, and they make fun of it. They fucking make fun of it. And it's like, I can partially understand, because mental illness isn't fully understood, at least not as far as I know. Like, mental illness is not something like a broken arm where you can go to a doctor and it can be fixed. It's not something like that, where it can just be band-aided and there you go, and it'll heal itself. You know, it's a serious thing, and I wish more people took it seriously. And then some people would look at me and be like, bro, what do you have to be depressed about? You're at home, you're provided for, you don't work, you don't have to worry too much about money, you're fine, you're golden, dude. I'm like, yeah, that's just it. It's not as good as you think it is. It's really not. And it's a tricky thing, man. It really is. And, like, I'm not even sure if I'm gonna monetize this video. I mean, maybe, maybe not. I don't know. But I really don't know, man. And I think ultimately that's what all of this boils down to. It's just a heaping helping of, I don't know. And a lot of it, I think, is I'm just scared to live. I don't even really know what my options are. Well, I hope in time I'll be fine, but it is what it is lately. That's just what I've been dealing with, man. But for those that follow my channel, I do intend to keep going for as long as I humanly can. But I just don't know how strongly I'll be able to go into it. There is something that I'm not going to talk about right now, but there is something I was considering doing. But let's just say the pandemic that's going on is putting a wrench in that right now too. And even then, I'm scared shitless to try that too, because it's so legal and scary, and I'm afraid of everything, man. You have no idea. Like, a lot of the time too, I worry about worrying. That's the other thing. Like, like, I'm so worried that people would think that I'm faking it. Like, I'm so worried that people would look at my situation and condition and go, "Ah, you're just faking it. You just want to take the easy way out. You just want to be lazy, and you don't want to work hard, and, you know." And it's like, no. I understand how it could look that way, you know, from someone outside looking in. But that's not it at all. And I don't know if you could tell, but I've been fighting back the urge to cry this entire time. Because it's not easy. It's really not. And I wish people would understand that more. I wish people would take mental problems more seriously. I really, really, really do. And, you know, I know life ain't fair. But, man, I don't know what I can do. I'm sorry, guys. I really am. But, anyway, going back to what I was saying before. Like with Tales of Berseria on my PS4, I was super excited to you know, record that. And I was for a while. But then I lost interest. And honestly, I don't know if I'll be able to finish that one. I want to, but I don't know if I'll be able to, especially not with my current mood and conditions. I mean, I might try to, but here's the thing, like, maybe you guys noticed, every time I streamed Tales of Berseria, at least the last few times, it's only been like an hour here, 2 hours there. And it's like, oh, okay, I'm done. You know, it's like I'm struggling to put time and effort in anymore. I don't know what it is, man. But anyway, maybe I've rambled enough, and because at this point I'm just repeating myself. So thanks if you made it this far, guys. Thanks for listening. And again, if this was annoying or whatever, I'm sorry. It's just I feel like I needed to get some things off my chest and just, you know, let you guys know what's going on. And I guess for those of you that made it this far and listened to an old fart like me ramble about their problems, which, if you listened this far, thank you so much. You have no idea how much it means to me that you listened that far. But if and when I get to Final Fantasy VII Remake, if I do a playthrough of that recorded for my channel, would you guys prefer a fresh new game or New Game Plus hard mode? Now, I need you guys to understand that I've already platinumed the game. So I've already beat it on hard. So it wouldn't be anything new to me for that. But I kind of want to know what you guys think. Because the last couple of games I've been doing, it was New Game Plus stuff. Like Tales of Berseria, like I said, was New Game Plus. And then, what was the other one that I New Game Plus? I can't remember. But I know there was another one. And I just can't remember. But yeah, as far as that goes, I feel it is what it is. But again, thanks for listening, guys. And honestly, we'll just have to wait and see what the future brings. But thanks for listening, guys. Take care. I actually have a bit of an addendum to add at the end of this video here, guys. While I was going to edit this video, I actually found recordings of my Final Fantasy VII Remake streams that I did on Twitch. I honestly forgot that I recorded them, or I didn't even realize that I did. I must have realized it and just forgot. We'll go with I forgot. So, yeah, scratch that fresh new playthrough or hard mode, whatever, because I have my original footage recorded. So that's some good news for you guys, just whenever I get around to actually editing it. I don't know when that's going to be. Well, again, if you made it this far, guys, thanks for listening. Take care.